looking to you, see that you're looking at them, and then immediately disappear.
Okay, and then what is about to happen? I was gonna go with what's here is useful or valuable to me, but about
Nadine's
to happen.
about to come back with the food she promised.
All right, but yeah, I do. I basically like basically move myself over a bit closer to Loomis, and I say, hey, Doc. Okay, so Nadine's not the only one here, and there's more sets of eyes on us than just her. So
this was from someone outside, and she comes back with it's essentially just like a tin pan, and with a like placemat essentially under it, sort of holding her hand so it doesn't burn. And she's like, "Yeah, you try some of this. This is my mother's recipe. I modified it a bit. Anyways, sort that out a bit. You boys should probably stay back here for a while. It's getting to a point where I don't expect anyone coming over, but I wouldn't be surprised either. I don't need you boys, getting spotted by anyone in a foy."
Miss Nadine, where is your powder room?
And she said, "My what, man?
Washroom, bathroom, if you will."
he means the pisser.
Oh, I can't. We got us an outhouse out back. That's what we generally use. The sink. Well, you seen the sink yourself, and you boys already use the shower.
Got it. All right, thank you. Yeah,
You,
he kind of gets up and says, "You said it's out back?"
And then she's like, yeah." And so it goes over to the door and point. It is like straight from the house, just a bit towards the woods. Just say no frills or anything.
Perfect. Do you mind if I go?
I suppose not. And of
Okay.
course, there's where the hose is if you should need it.
If you should need it. Yeah, I think Loomis kind of out the door.
Yeah. And there's like just a basic screen door, and Nadine's sort of like leaning up against the wall, watches you a bit towards the outhouse. Once you're like there, though, I'm assuming you go straight to it.
Yeah, he takes a minute though to like glance around, like get his bearings.
Do an old man walk so you can look around longer.
Yeah.
Saying old man walk, she sort of, you two, Cormac and Margrave, you see her, she looks a little sad. She like seems sad that he has to sort of hobble a bit. She feels bad for him.
Hobble a bit. Excuse me?
Old man walk. She feels bad for him
old.
slowing down with age. I thought you. I'm not saying you normally hobble, but I thought you were doing a slow old man walk.
No, that's what he said.
Yeah, I said he
to it.
should do that so he can look around longer.
Okay, never mind.
No, I don't think Loomis would do that.
All right.
She
just sort of watches him. She seems interested in Loomis. But I'm assuming you do, like, you don't wander, you do just go to the outhouse.
Yeah, but I want to do Spout Lore, or not Spout Lore, but the other one. Discern Reality is kind of walking there.
Yep.
I'm feeling something's off.
Nice.
All right, ask Yo's questions.
So kind of like looking out around the yard. What happened here recently?
So you notice what you didn't see before: a set of very small footprints. That wall she was going behind. You can see behind it now, and yeah, there's just sort of a couple things like shirts and whatnot. There's also a little bit of the house extends past there. What you now know to be sort of where the bedroom is. But the ground's pretty soft and marshy here, and there is her footprints going back and forth to it the time she did. You also notice there are a small set of footprints that go up around there and seem to someone small was standing there and peering around the wall a while ago, definitely before she was, and went back around to the other side of the house.
All right. Let's see here. What here is not what it appears to be?
What is not what it appears to be? That's hard.
Always is.
I think that I don't really think there is much that appears to be something that it isn't. Yeah, I don't really think there is. Like, everything is pretty. Those footprints are footprints of someone small. Like, the footprints that you figure to be Nadine's are definitely Nadine's. Your footprints are clearly your footprints, and none of those match up or seem weird or anything like that. The only ones that like you can't account for are the small set of footprints.
Okay, speaking of footprints, what do you think about the boot situation?
Oh, that's right. She hasn't given me. Actually, let's roll back a bit. If you're just a quick flashback. So you have like mismatched pair of boots. She did sort of indicate for you to kick off your boots. So wait, who has a full set of boots?
I had left.
I think I had full.
Okay, no, she doesn't make any comment then or anything. Never mind. But yeah, I'm presumably you put your boots back on after getting dressed again.
Yeah, a singular boot.
Okay, the other two just have their single boots back on.
All right, and then third question is, what here is useful or valuable to me?
What here is useful or valuable to me? This is a bit of a stretch. So those small footprints, you notice them, you're looking, you think there's a pretty good chance Nadine wouldn't have noticed those footprints, or wouldn't have noticed that that person was there. Like, you know, there's no, like, it's easy to miss, I guess, and there's no indication that she was, like, aware of those footprints.
Got it.
Or at the very least, it is believable that she didn't know they were there. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. All right. So Loomis actually did have to use the bathroom, so he's going to do his business.
All right. Yeah. Cormac, Margrave, any of you bring up any business while she's standing there against the door?
I actually got a question. Just this might determine how I do act, but those eyes that I saw, was there anything atypical about them? Did they just look like human or elven eyes, or
human or elven? Yeah. They look sort of not, you know. They look like child's eyes, or at least a very small person.
All right. I do actually ask, Nadine, are there any kids about here?
And she said, "No, what? Oh hell! Oh hell! Wait, what do you mean? You see someone?"
Saw a pair of All right. Well, yeah. With that response, yeah, I'm just gonna entrust it. I saw a pair of eyes over there. They're just peeking.
And you didn't tell me?
I thought I didn't know what they were about.
What the fuck? You're fugitives and you ain't just a goddamn. Billy, get your skin butt out here right now in this second.
What is it, kid cop? What are you thinking? I was going to think it was a kid cop.
Wait, you say that out loud?
I say that to myself.
Oh. Well, no, okay, no, she's too distracted. And she, like, storms sort of out the room to the front of the house. Bill, I know you out here. I swear, if you don't, you will see white lightning. I will beat the skin off your ass, and there ain't be nothing left. Your mama won't say nothing about you. I'll tell her you peeping at me in the shower. I know you do that. Don't think I don't see you. I will beat the tar out of you if you don't come out here right this way. I swear to God. And, you know, she sort of waits for a second. Damn, Bill, I count to 5, and then I swear I am going to go and destroy every single one of your toys. You hear me? 5, 4, 3, and then do you guys like do any or just sort of
I kind of wander out and I'm like looking around for the supposed Billy. Could I like try and spot him?
Okay, so yeah, you go sort of out front and you don't see 2, 1.5. You know you don't want me to get to one. And then you see like a kid looks about like 11 or so, dressed pretty big t-shirt, trousers, suspenders, sort of got like an oversized cap, comes running out from behind a tree. And then, please don't destroy my toy. I saved up that 5 cents for a whole month before I could get that there track. And she's just, yeah, come in. And as soon as, it trying to be somewhat comforting, it's okay, come here. I
did not understand a single word of that exchange.
Okay, he was
literally or not?
Literally out of character. I did not understand a single word.
Yeah, I was afraid that might start to be a problem.
The Southern was too strong.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're not a native Southerner though, too. So
yeah,
fair
enough. In character, I didn't like Cormac. Is just looking on confused.
But so she indicates her, it's okay. Come on, sort of like a bit more comforting, gentle. It's all right. Come here, come. And as soon he runs up, falling for it for some reason, and almost going in for a hug. And as soon as he's like in, she like hard like clubs to the side of the head, grabs his ear, yo, and like practically lets him out the gown. Get you inside, come on. And she starts dragging him in and turns to see you in the door. Get inside, you a fugitive. What is wrong with you, dumbass? And like sort of shoves you back in the house as she drags.
Magnus is just trying to figure out how on earth he managed to end up in this situation.
All right, but so she drags the kid, sort of like he's crying and wailing, and she just, shut the fuck up, you little ingrate, and like, shoves him to the couch where you were, Cormac. And the kid's like bawling at this point, and she's like, shut up.
All right.
Shut up. And then sort of like sighs, oh god. Really?
I know this is not the time, and I'm gonna say this knowing full well that I'm digging my own grave with this comment, but it's too amusing. As she's just kind of stupendously annoyed and yelling at me, I just kind of say, I'm not the one who said I'm a fugitive, that was you.
And I think you say that, and she like pauses for a second, and then just completely ignores it. Like just, oh, that was fuck. Shit. And then just like completely blanks it out. She didn't hear it, you didn't say it, didn't happen. Anyways, and so, but yeah, she goes back to yelling, and then she's like, oh, Billy, just calm down, and just stop crying. And she's sort of like, here, you want some of it? And like some of the like nice porridge that she had brought up for Loomis. And he eats a bit, and he's like sort of crying and like snotty crying, And she's just like head in hand. Oh fuck, man, heaven alive. And just stares at Billy, and like sort of looks at you guys like, what the fuck? Obviously you guys don't know the situation. She knows that, but she's like trying to figure out what the fuck to do now.
All right. I know you told me to stay inside, but do you want me to go away for a minute?
No, it's fine. And she's like, all right, Billy, you calm. And he sort of like sniffs. Mm-hmm. All right, Billy, tell me exactly what it is you saw. And he's like, I didn't see nothing, man. I was looking at you. I swear I didn't look at you. And she just sort of like sighs it and then like slaps it. I don't mean me, I mean them. What did you see? What do you know? And Billy's just sort of, well, these men, they were sleeping in your barn this morning, and then you had them get naked. And you had them stare in the shower, and you was pointing your gun at them, but you didn't see mad at them, but you was pointing your gun, so I figured you want to shoot them, but then you didn't, and then you told them to put the clothes back on, and then they came inside, and that's all I see, and I didn't see you doing nothing before that, and please don't tell Mama, and please don't burn my toys, and just sort of go, and she's like, okay, shut up, and Billy just sort of doesn't shut up. And I mean, I guess it's Batman because you gonna shoot them with your gun. I figure you gonna do that because you have your gun on them. And you says these fugitives, and I know that word. I learned that from my mom. That means a bad man. And so these is bad men. And so you gonna shoot them, right? And she does sort of swear when he mentions that she said that they were fugitives, and she stares at you and narrows her eyes.
I just shrugged.
I don't know how much of this you can understand. I feel bad.
I understood.
try-
I
can
understood
understand
all of
all
that.
of it.
I understood all
Okay.
that. I think you. Yeah, that was dialed back. As she
Okay.
looks at me, staring daggers. I imagine I just kind of like shrug my shoulders and I just say once again, "That was you."
Okay, so
I-
she composes herself, tries to think. Nah, yeah, now Billy, fugitives is bad men, but that's fugitives from the good law. These fugitives from orcs, and orcs, you know, they ain't right. And sometimes, even if an orc man is a lawman, he can still be the bad man. And so, when you a fugitive from orcs, but not, you know, from people, then you know that. But that don't mean you can just be going around being a fugitive. And some fugitives are bad men, even if the orcs don't go hanging out with fugitives. Don't tell your mom I said that. But these men is not bad men, but these men have been persecuted by the orcs. She suddenly realized and like holds out her hand to like sort of hold pat Cormac's shoulder. Like these poor boys have been unfairly persecuted and hunted down by they're orcs. And I'm trying to help them and give them shelter to help them not be killed by the orcs for not being orcs. But the orcs got ears everywhere, and you know, sometimes the sheriff, he's a good man, but sometimes he's got to do his job and talk to the orcs. So it's very important that nobody knows about them being here. It's a secret, like them serials they all listen to on the radio. You understand? And Billy sort of like nods, like the detective yeah, exactly, like detective whatever and whatever bullshit he'd been doing last week. It's like spies. You gotta be careful. It's a secret. You can't let the orc bad men, know about these fellas, and you don't know who you can trust. You might not even be able to trust your parents. So you need to not tell your parents about any of this, or anyone else, or especially any of your little friends. I know what you like. Not that you have any friends, but and this needs to be top secret. You understand? And he sort of thought, yeah, I can keep it a secret that you've been hiding the good bad men. Oh, there's a good party name actually.
The good bad man.
Yeah. And she sort of rolls her eyes. God, I hope so. But she's not like immediately willing to. She's almost seems like she's about to tell them to go, but she still seems nervous. She like, I don't know, looks at Cormac and Margrave and like, by the way, I'm sorry. I'm trying to avoid just having two characters talk at each other. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I'm trying to. Please, anyone wants to jump in at any moment, feel free to. But that being said, she like comes to Cormac and sort of like, hey, I don't know, what do you think? You know, like facing away from the kid. I don't know, what do you think we should do? Think we can?
I don't know if this is the right thing for it. I'm gonna discern reality on the kid.
Okay.
So I'm basically just kind of eyeing him, just trying to work out how trustworthy he is or how dumb he is. Either one's good. Cormac doesn't get kids, so I'm getting a 9.
That's
I know it's a base. It's not a full success.
Yeah, but it's not a complete failure either.
Yeah. What is about to happen?
Do you want to just ask if the kid is trustworthy?
Yeah, basically.
The kid's definitely seems scared, and he seems to accept that he definitely accepts that you're the good bad men and that the orcs are unfairly. He accepts all of that. That being said, and he probably thinks he's going to be truthful, but you don't know if he's clearly an impulsive kid. You get the impression what he said wasn't entirely truthful either. I'll say that.
I know it's probably not the best thing, but it's just kind of like trying to just get on a dumb kid's good side. Can I try parlaying essentially with like 10 cents? Just like flick him 10 cents. Flick him 10 cents and then just basically say like, look,
you want to bribe the kid?
We're not framing it as bribing, even though it is. We're just saying, look, we ain't bad.
He's bribing the kid.
Yeah, we ain't bad. Look, we ain't bad people. We try and help out where we can, you know? Flick and then flip them 10 cents.
Parlay, yeah, roll that charisma. Use that coin as.
I'm gonna fail and he's gonna say double it or fucking, I don't know, give me $1. I'll take it.
Okay, so frame exactly. Do you like go aside and like approach this kid yourself, like, or is this sort of from a distance? Like, are you one-on-one talking with a kid, or are you talking?
I'm gonna say is he's sat on the couch where I was sat a moment ago. So I sit
where you were.
Yeah, I sit across. All right, because I fail, I'm gonna frame it as like a failure, not the best way to handle it. But I walk across. I sit at the chair opposite side of the table. I take out 10 cents and I basically put it on the table and push it towards Billy, and it probably looks way too imposing, like a way of doing it. And I just basically back up her words. I like put the 10 cents in front of him, and I just say, "Yeah, we ain't bad men. We help out where we help out. We're just trying to get by."
So he like immediately snatches up the 10 cents. And like it's like gone, you don't even see it. How you held that?
Where did you get 10 cents from?
We got
guys pickpocketed it.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Looted it.
Do you want me to make the situation worse? Like, do you want me to make this failure better? No, I wanna sweeten the pot on this. How do you feel about this idea, Em, that there's like a droplet of blood on the 10 cents that I did not notice?
Sure, but that kid just. Okay, sure, we can go with that.
I don't know. I just want to make it a bit
Honestly,
more dramatic.
He just thinks he looks at it. You do see him eye the coin and his eyes light up. But like, okay, so you get the immediate impression to this kid, this has suddenly become cool and exciting. It's like something from one of his radio serials.
Shit, I made it more likely
the
to
criminal
talk about
on escape from the law, handed him like some sort of exciting bandit. He thinks there are all kinds of things now. Handed him a bloodstained coin. He's gonna impress all his little girlfriends with this, in his mind at least, He is just way more excited, but he thinks you're cool now at least, but that's sort of the opposite of what you wanted.
Yeah, and so you say it to me, so Cormac picks up on that fact.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Cormac doesn't say anything for the moment, but his eyes do kind of thin a little bit as he's just like, oh shit. Like, new plan. I'm gonna need a different plan of attack.
Mistakes were made.
I think that's when Elliot walks back in. He sees the kid, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, makes sense.
Okay, so, yeah, Nadine turns to Elliot. We got us a situation.
Yeah, he saw his footprints outside.
Little Peep and Tom, you saw a footprint. Did everyone know this kid was here and just not feel the need to say anything?
Magnus raises his arm. I didn't.
Yeah, thank you.
I pointed it out after I noticed it, not immediately.
Yeah, well, I didn't figure you'd be much one to point it out before you noticed it, would you now?
That's exactly the point I'm making.
You dumbass piece of shit. Anyways, so Pete and Tom here's seeing the lot of y'all. He says he ain't gonna tell anyone, but he also says he ain't be peeping at me when I be showering, which I know for a fact is a lie. So I don't know how much we can trust this little punk. And yeah, so Cormac tried being like nice and cool, and that clearly didn't work. That just made it worse.
Elliot shrugs. Says, well, if you think he's a threat, then perhaps we should just be on our way. Get ourselves out of your hair.
That's probably.
And but Nadine immediately like sort of freezes up at that and goes a bit pale. No, we can't do that. That's all wrong. No, because then it was bad because it's still hot. You know, there's definitely still cops out in the woods. You know, you need cover. We need a way to get you out of town.
What do you mean? Well,
Steel blood.
We can just go. We won't be in your hair anymore if we get caught. We ain't saying anything.
No, that ain't right. We'll figure out something. No, there's a truck. It's being borrowed right now, but my husband's truck. It's got like a big hay bale. I can get you out on that. No, but I need to get you. Yeah. When I get my husband's truck back, I can escort you out in my husband's truck, and it'll be easy. I can spell you out of town, get you past all them cops. Can't leave now. No,
that's. Here, I'm gonna roll charisma to try to convince her that she's just putting herself further in harm's way by doing that.
Okay, so
can I know it's in post. Can I aid or interfere to try and give that a +1?
No, not in post, because this is like, he tries something and it's just not going quite as well. And it goes a bit. Okay, so she's not convinced, but like you're pushing her to a break. You can see like she has some. She's getting panicky, like desperately searching for excuses to keep you guys here. She has some reason she like really wants you guys here that she isn't like owning up to.
All right.
No, that absolutely cannot work. There's no way. The cops ain't gonna come here to my house. But like, if the cops find you, that could get y'all boys traced back to me. Then I'll get into a fugitive. If I can, that's it exactly. Because if I can escort you out of my truck, then ain't no way anybody tracing you. Hey, what?
Why are we being kept here? You know that if we leave, it would just be better for each of us. So what's the game? What's going on?
Roll charisma for me. Ooh, a 10. All right, but so Nadine's like, look. And look, I told you, boy. I fed you, boy. I kept you, boy, safe from the cop. I sat on a call to my
yeah. And I appreciate that, because that's you're putting your neck on the line, but you do realize we're also the ones in danger here, not just you. And this kid, let's face it, I just made it more likely he's going to go and tell everyone about meeting this cool bandit, which, by the way, I'm not. I'm not a bandit. I hope I'm cool. But anyway, no, I don't say that. But anyway, just like the point is, there's something going on here, and it's pretty obvious. There's something deeper than surface level that you would keep free convicts in your barn.
And she like looks around. Look, you boy. I just need you boys around for one more night. That's all I need. I will do everything I can to get you boys out safe next morning. And believe me, you boys are safe for going out with me, escorted by my truck. Then you all booking it in those woods. Them orcs ain't coming into town, but I know they're patrolling those woods still, and there ain't nothing we can do about that. But they're gonna be there for a while still. I can get you out of here to the roads. I can get you out of where they's patrolling, but I need you here tonight.
And why is that?
And she like clams up a bit, and almost like on cue, there's a knock on the door. And yeah, she freezes. Billy freezes. Like paralyzed. None of you guys are in sight of the front door, but you know, there's a knock on the door.
I just look at Nadine. I just kind of gesture, like, you know, with a head gesture towards the door, and then just mouth the words, "Is that why?"
She looks at her almost quizzically confused, and she sort of shakes her and mouths very quietly, "No one should be here yet. Who the hell? The fuck is that?" And she indicates for like you guys to sort of go where you're very much out of view. You can she points, yeah, she like just indicates that you sort of stay near the wall so there is not view.
I've got.
And just sort of like,
I'm gonna ask a question. Where Loomis went to have a shave, is that accessible without crossing the front door?
no, you would have to cross like sort of the hallway to the front door. You would be in sight of the front door crossing to there.
Okay, no razors for me then.
Yeah, I thought about smuggling it out of there for you.
Well, we still got the scalpel. One of us. Wait, do we still have the scalpel?
Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not only that, okay, but she thinks about it for a second. The shotgun is no longer strapped to her back, but she does take it with her, and you can hear her set it against the wall, like you hear the metal scrape against the wood, and set it like right there against the sort of door frame. And she opens the door, and just you hear her, like, you know, put it on a voice, and she indicated for all of you, including Billy, to be like quiet when this happened. And hey, Sheriff, if it ain't you, it's certainly a pleasure. What brings you over here this morning? I heard mighty commotion out in the woods the past couple nights. And the sheriff said, "Nadine, it's always a pleasure. It's good to be seeing you." "Yeah, there was some trouble out in the woods past night. Yesterday there was a bit of a crash. Some prisoners got escaped from patrol cops. Those be orc cops. Yeah, and they've been patrolling out in the woods, but you know, they ain't coming anywhere near the town. They ain't searching or accosting our people. They know better than that." He sort of chuckles. And, you know, trails off of that, and Nadine said, "So what bring you over here?" "Nadine, your husband, how's that been doing the past couple days?" And she saw, you know, he's out on one of his hunting trips with, and is that with Mike, I'm assuming? "Yeah, it's with Mike. I mean, he certainly says he is, not that I ever see the son of a bitch." And Ed says, "Right." And the sheriff says, "Right, so when's Ed supposed to be getting back now, Nadine?" "Tonight, if, you know, that's what he says. At least I don't know how much I can trust the man. You know what he's like better than anyone." And the sheriff said, "You know, that I do. Nadine, just, like I said, there's prisoners out in the wood, and lots of old cops about too, and you know what Ed can be like. And I don't like him being out there in the woods with all that, him and Mike both." She said, Ed's coming back tonight. I don't know what else to tell you." And just Mike sort of, "Yeah, well, you give me a ring. You call me as soon as he gets home now. You hear? It's important, Nadine. I need to know." Nadine just said, "He might not like me calling you when he gets home." And he just, "Look, Nadine, just dial the station. You don't even have to say anything. I just need to know he got back. Anyway, you keep yourself safe, Nadine." "No, I always do." And he just sort of, there's like a silence where you don't hear him walk away for a while. Then, "You keep yourself safe, Nadine." And he walks away. And she like closes the door and bolts it, but doesn't immediately come back from the foyer. She seems to just be sort of standing there silently for a while.
Okay. I'm gonna discern realities. Just, I know I kind of didn't want to do it during the conversation, but like, thing wise, like when I'm doing this wise, it would be mid
Mhm.
conversation. Just basically like,
Yep.
yeah. Hot damn.
Yeah.
What here is
You
not?
just son shit.
Yeah, what here is not what it appears to be.
Okay. The sheriff knows something he's not letting on about when he talks about like asking about Ed and Mike. You can pretty clearly tell he knows something more specific about Ed and Mike and what's happened that he's like not letting on now.
What should I be on? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
thought you were done.
Yeah. I guess I was.
What should I be on the lookout for?
This cop is a little suspicious of Nadine, you can tell, but it doesn't sound like he thinks it has anything to do with you guys. He did not sound like at all concerned about you, the prisoners being here. The prisoners are not a concern for him. He's concerned about Ed, and for some reason, he's a little like he doesn't necessarily trust what Nadine's telling him.
So, I mean, just kind of spitballing, but he presumes that, like, say, Ed
He
is
does
already
think
dead.
Nadine might be something. He does think that Ed might be, or Nadine might be up to something. It might involve Ed. He does think that at least, but he doesn't think it has anything to do with, y'all.
My last question is tricky, because I can't decide, but I'm gonna... It's really obvious, but what happened here recently?
Okay, so... Well, I mean, it's about what she said. She was being honest. Like, Ed's been gone for a couple days. He's due back in tonight. And, I mean, other than that, there's nothing to really discern from that. Nadine's been pretty honest, apart from, not saying why she wants you to stick around.
Okay.
But so anything else until like catching up to the conversation being over, or once the conversation?
Well, I mean, those were 3 questions, were they not?
Yeah.
So
but anything else? Any other?
I don't do anything else. I just kind of listen intently and try and hold still, not make any noise.
Anyone else want to take initiative on anything?
No.
I think. All right, so she's coming back in, right?
Well, eventually she will, but she just stands there at the door for like a while, like an awkward amount of time.
Okay. So actually, what Loomis will do is walk up and like gently put a hand on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm. She like twitches a bit, but then like relaxes and leans into it a bit,
and then says, "We can kill your husband for you."
And she just sort of
straight out saying that.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Power.
Yeah,
I like it.
Not dancing around. And she's sort of like, stands there for a bit and goes back to the room and like, I didn't ask that and I didn't hear that, but like her eyes don't say no. And she like walks away, like leaving the shotgun next to you and the door.
All right.
Did we all hear that in the next room?
It was quiet enough that Billy didn't hear it. I'll let you not have to worry about that.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if you two heard it.
I mean, I was listening in on the conversation in that place anyway. So
I think Billy just sort of has transitioned to bored now. Like seems to be clearly distracted. He's in his own head.
Just playing with that coin.
So it sounds like we pretty much have Nadine's trust. So I think in this like time gap we have, I'm gonna go use my general anesthesia trick.
Okay. I was like really ready for it. We have her trust, so now we can kill her and leave.
Exactly. And leave. No, but I'm gonna go get the materials and make my sleep poison.
Ooh, sleep poison.
So my
I
skill
will.
is
Yeah,
general
I
anesthesia.
will let you be able to find a syringe. Like she's like, oh yeah, at one. So yeah. Before we get to that, we'll just. All right, Billy, and she like pulls Billy up. Let me be perfectly clear. If you tell anyone, I'm going to make it my business to see all the other children and ask them about you and how you doing. And if I hear anything, if I get even the slightest inclination, the slightest idea that, maybe you did let slip about some of these boys, I am going to go over and I'm going to tell your mom in detail every single time you have peeked on me in the shower, and then I and your mom are going to collectively beat you until you don't remember what your name is. You understand? And Billy just sort of nods, and she like just grabs him by the collar and picks him up and like shoves her like forehead into his face. I don't think you understand. Now answer when I ask you, do you understand that I will beat you senseless with your ma and ruin your life if you tell anyone about this? And he just, yes, ma'am. What do you understand? I understand you and ma will beat the tar out of me and take away all my toys if I tell people about the good bad men. And she's like, just sort of like drops him. All right, scram. Don't come back here for a good few days now. You understand? And he just sort of nods and bolts out the door. And so yeah, after that, she like just sort of mutters, "I need me a drink," and just sort of like pulls up a couch cushion, and there's a sort of cavity with a few bottles of not even bottles, mostly jars of moonshine, just like clear stuff, and grabs one, unscrews it, flips off the like inner part of the lid, and just like tips back some moonshine.
Mind if
Nice.
odd question, but I overheard what was just asked, and if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go and help myself to a knife.
And she just sort of like looking down on the moonshine. I ain't stopping you.
All right. I promise to
And
use
Margaret,
it
I
responsibly.
believe the shotgun's yours for the moment.
He takes it in his hand and hefts the weight and held up professionally like.
You prefer revolvers, I'm imagining.
Maybe it's a revolving shotgun. Have we described it?
I was imagining a pump, but hey. Oh,
no. I thought we described it as a double barrel.
Oh,
it's
was
a
it
break.
a pump.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a break.
Over under.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Not
an
a
over-under
revolver,
break.
but
Nice.
I'll make do.
I go basically to
It's
the
a right-click remover.
Nice. Oh, I missed
Oh,
the
wait,
right-click
is
remover.
Nick's the only one who gets that reference?
No,
Why
I'm
are
pretty
you
sure
like-
we talk. I'm pretty sure Austin at least played Fistful of Frags with us to know
Did
about
you?
the right-click
yeah.
remover.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
never mind.
I don't. Did you ever play Fistful with us, Linz?
I think I did back when it was first released on Steam.
Because it's
Or was
on.
that double action? No, it was Fistful of Frags. We definitely played that.
Yeah.
You guys want to play some Fistful after this?
I wouldn't be against.
I got plans.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I should really shower and shave, but...
Anywho, I go to the kitchen and I look for. Well, actually, let's not go immediately to the kitchen. I just kind of scout, like, because kitchen would just have knives for cooking, but just if this is a house, if this place does hunting, I imagine they have like skinning knives or maybe just a knife that is more appropriate for defense or for probably.
Yeah. So you go through the house and connected to the kitchen, there's a room at the end of the house closest to the barn, and it actually has like a big sort of double door that could open to the barn, and it's like there's a big wooden table that like has a very heavy sort of waxed finish on it, so it's like waterproof and whatnot. There's sort of big windows here that are currently shuttered, but you can open up for a lot of natural light. And there is some like quite a few bones and like skins and whatnot, and this is sort of like butchery area. It smells awful in there. Like the whole area, it smells a bit better than a human dwelling would. Especially Nadine, she has all sorts of like herbs and sage and stuff like that for sort of aromating the place and smell for good cooking. But this room smells awful. You see like little scraps of wild boar, of deer, You swear you see what you believe to be like the arm from an alligator. There's a bunch of like fish visceral like around places, stuff like that. It's a really unpleasant.
If I say what I'm thinking, will you hate me forever?
What's that?
Southern women make do.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, there's definitely some like, knives for like cutting open pelts and stuff like that for skinning, like all sorts of knives you could want in here.
All right, so I'm just gonna basically look for a basic hunting knife, something you'd use out and about, not just in kind of an area where it's cut for carving and such.
Yeah, sure. There's a sort of Bowie knife, embedded in a wall, in like a wooden post around by one of the doors.
All right. Is there? Well, now I might be stretching a bit much, but what other hunting equipment is in here, if any, or is this just for butchery?
Mostly, no. There is some hunting stuff too. There's a lot. There's that knife embedded in the wall.
Yeah, I take that.
There's a lot of stuff like there's rope, things like that. Probably sort of a camouflage-ish tarp. There's probably like a couple jars of like deer urine and stuff like that.
Okay, so baits, lures, and all that. I'm gonna take the Bowie knife and I'm gonna take the rope.
All right.
I just sling the rope over my shoulder, and I stow the knife if it has like a holster. Or...
It does not have a sheath or holster. This was embedded in the wall.
True.
Probably part of the reason it wasn't taken.
All right, but is it in good condition, like good enough to use?
Yeah, it's good enough to use.
All right. What tag should I give that? Like hand.
Just hand. Yeah.
Just hand, one weight.
Yep.
All right, and the rope.
Are there really any tags? That's basically
just weight.
Gear. Oh yeah, one weight, sure.
All right, and yeah, we'll just treat.
I feel bad about giving it one weight, but go ahead. That's just because adventuring gear is overpowered.
All right, so yeah,
it's like if it was part of adventuring gear, you could have the same amount of rope as 1/5 of a weight. But no, yeah, that's just adventuring gear is broken.
So yeah, I take the knife and the rope, and I basically just after that I come back to. I know it's gonna sound. This is basically what I do. I don't know how long it'll take. We can make it a kind of extended thing while other people do anything, but. If we're set on the course of we're killing Nadine's husband tonight, I basically scout the house out, get the lay of the land, look for anything that might be useful.
Do we want to make that a map? I can like make a new sheet if we want to like visualize this.
Yeah, that might help.
Mm. We don't have to go like super in depth.
This might be a bit much to ask, but I was wondering if I could get the 6-shooter.
Oh yeah, because she took that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I forgot that existed. Yeah.
Oh. I thought she was just purposely withholding it, but no.
I mean, she definitely wouldn't have given it to you by this point, but like I forgot she even had that hiding somewhere. You can ask.
Shall we just say that she gave him the 6-shooter or like left the 6-shooter around?
She would not like. She'll probably hesitate. Like, but you can ask. She'll hesitate for it. Like, just ask, hey, could I have the 6-shooter? She doesn't do it of her own volition. She, like, hesitates a bit and then, like, points, to a, that drawer with all the fine china. So on top of that, pushed to the back. Might need to step on a chair to look at it, but, you're kind of tall.
I pass off the shotgun to,
I'm scouting around. I'm scouting around the house.
Yes. I need to draw this thing.
You can hand the shotgun off to me if you want. I've got a knife.
No, I'll hand it off to Loomis.
What's the best way to like draw lines and borders, or is it gonna stick to the grid?
You can hold shift.
You can hold
alt and shift. Yeah.
Or you can turn the grid off.
No, but I want a grid for this. I'm probably gonna regret the dimensions I'm giving this. I already regret that. We're deleting that. Okay, so. This is ugly.
I'm gonna go and grab a glass of water and go to the bathroom real quick.
Yep.
I am back.
Welcome back.
I have realized something that's just like bothers
that?
away. I'm not going to question it too much, just for the thing, but I've realized an odd thing with Cormac being as ready to jump in as with like killing her husband without, because he didn't see the bruises, so he doesn't have the same inkling of abuse that Loomis probably does.
Well,
But
you know she was like hiding something though.
True.
But granted, that could have just been murderous intent.
Yeah. And
I should have made that color the windows. Whatever. I'm doing this in really weird colors.
It's not actually what I wanted to say, but I just went with it.
What did you want to say?
I was actually going to offer to teach her how to make the oilless agate, but it slipped.
I love that.
Are you doing it on a separate map that we're not looking at just now?
Oh,
Okay.
I need to. Do I need to change that?
You need to. Well, you don't have to do it right now, but yeah, it's basically, you know, pull and drag us across.
Oh, I need to like.
You need to drag us over.
You need to grab the players thing and like, yeah, drag.
I see. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
That's a map.
Okay.
That is a map. So,
I am like.
So the red doors.
No, the teal are doors. The red are windows, which is really stupid of me. But
The red windows.
yeah, I'm also.
They're
going
all
to,
stained glass.
Yeah, no, I realized after doing the teal for the doors that was a bad
Spiky
color.
windows.
So these indicate that these aren't glass; these are just like wooden shutter type things, open air windows. Whereas the rest is, you know, like glass windows. I also need to do something for Okay, another issue. I need to actually fix this too, because. All right, so obviously, just an open space is like an open. There's not an actual door to close, but the teal things are shuttable doors, whereas the open things, it's just like an open pass through, essentially. Okay, let me. The shower is located around here, right next to that door. As a matter of fact, we're going to make there be another wall there. And then the outhouse, let's just put that down. No, I made that. Why does that always override my color? There, and the outhouse is down there. The barn is a bit to the right. We're not going to map out the barn currently.
I'm fine with that. I think we got adequate.
Yeah. There is the map of the house.
All right.
So, do here. I might as well just.
Okay. I mean, if we do this right, we're probably not even going to fight the husband. We're probably just gonna nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
I guess if things go well. We probably don't want to use a gun.
If things go well.
Yeah. I'm like saying, we probably don't want to use a gun for various reasons.
We'll see. You guys haven't asked many questions about the husband.
That's true. I guess...
I think we made our own assumptions.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm scouting around the house, so do I find any, like, pictures of the man? Any kind of... I mean, I know he's got a hunting room with fucking alligator legs in it, so I have to assume he's somewhat hardy. Or just shot it from a distance, or had mates. You know, actually, I can't assume anything from that.
Well, okay, so they're not the most well-to-do family, and keep in mind, it's like ambiguously 2030s. You don't immediately, just looking around, see immediately visible any pictures or photographs or anything like that. I don't know how thoroughly you're searching the house though either. Like, I guess she's I'm not state, so she's not really gonna object to you going through all her drawers.
I'm not
like,
prying through her drawers. Is like if that's yeah. I'm not like gonna rob the place. But I will go in at some point and just basically ask her. Like Cormac goes very professional and he just asks a few questions about the husband, like, you know, how hardy is he? What is he capable of?
So she laughs at that. Oh, my husband. You boys ain't never seen Ed's. He's a fierce man. He now I will say he don't like humans. I always had a soft spot for them, but he ain't like you. Not as much as orcs. He hates orcs. Orcs and humans alike. Anyone's not an elf. Which is ironic. Frankly, between you and me, I always suspected he had a bit of orc blood in him. Some way down the family line. He's a big man. I say about 6'4", weighs I think something like 235 pounds. Last I heard. Last that he's a big, solid built man. He and his buddy Mike. Wait, did I say Mike or Mark?
Mike.
Mike, thank you. Mike. They like hunting out in the woods. You know. They get all try and be all savage with it, primal. They like to feel the kills, what they say. They like to use knives and bows and other primitive crap.
Right.
And you know,
Mike,
he's all big on the whole elf blood, warrior, yada yada, this, warrior, that. It's in our blood, my blood's boiling. You know, he won't shut the fuck up. He's an idiot, really. I don't know. Something about him gets worse with age. I've talked to a doctor about it. Gave him some meds for it once. He just can't calm down. He's just every year that goes by, he just gets angrier and angrier and angrier.
Does he like a drink?
And she shrugged. Not as much as you might think. I don't know. He's so jacked up naturally. I don't think alcohol does much to alleviate that or exacerbate it either direction. She says, like, sort of taking another pull of moonshine. And she, like, it offers it to you. Like, you want some?
No, thanks. I'm working.
Oh, that sounds good. I like that. That's fucking ominous as hell.
Yeah, it is.
Now, Mike, will Mike be coming here tonight, or do they typically break away from each other? I am probably going to play Cormac as, like, two very different people, as, like, when he's on the job and when he's off the job.
Oh, fuck, Mike. I hope not. I don't know. His wife, Susie Q, I don't think she's going to have any business with that. I don't know. She's a wreck. If Mike knows what's good for him, he's going to be home soon, but he's a shrimpier one of the two. He's always kind of lived in Ed's shadow. He's sort of the I don't know, what do you call it, the toady maybe? You know, he's the sidekick friend.
When he goes out on hunting trips often.
Yeah, they go out in the wood for 4 days or so, every so often. It's usually 4 days. I say this, I hope he's back tonight. Every so often they're out there for ages.
And
they don't tell us nothing. They just go, come back. Can't even ask where they've been. Can't ask what they've been doing. They don't even like. I try and talk about him with his interests. How was the hunting trip? Did you bag anything? He just gets defensive. He don't want to talk about it. Why are you asking questions, woman? He don't like me asking questions about his hunting trips.
And when he gets back, what does he usually do? Does he have a sort of ritual when he returns?
Let's just say I like to get good and liquored up before he gets here. It's not anything I care to do sober these days.
So basically, you don't know what he does when he gets back.
No. Was you ever married? You have a wife?
No?
But you know what a wife does, right? Or at least what someone like Ed expects a wife to do.
I don't know, Ed.
So
I don't think you need to go into detail about this.
And
I'm gonna say
Ed
you might be
expects
laughing
him-
and she might be flustered, but Cormac is completely stone-faced.
Well, Ed expects certain wifely duties to be performed for him when he gets home from his hunting trips.
Okay then. Well, that shortens our
He doesn't like talking.
that shortens our window quite a bit, and especially if he doesn't drink. Okay, well, I'm just trying. Like, basically, yeah, Cormac is just kind of like maybe drawn like this kind of diagram of the house, and he's just kind of like looking at it. He's just maybe like flicking his chin with a pencil. He's just gone into work mode. And then he just kind of scraps the paper and just puts it in his pocket and says, "Okay then. I don't know if anyone else is in the room, like Loomis or Margrave."
I'm out. I'm not in the room.
Okay.
Where are you?
I'm off making the poison.
Oh, true.
What about you, Margrave?
I'm probably
Are you doing that in the kitchen or in the sink?
Probably just the kitchen.
Okay, good to know.
that wasn't an ominous good to know at all.
No, that actually wasn't. That was a, probably good for you, good to know.
But is Margrave about?
Yeah.
I'm
Margrave
asking
about?
Linz.
He's just probably watching over your shoulder.
Okay, I do turn and I say, I don't know how you do things, but let's try not to fire a gun if we can at all help it.
Margrave looks at his 6-shooter and just puts it away and raises his hands like, whatever you want.
I'm just thinking.
Sure,
I'm thinking if this guy is big and tough, we might need to use it. But first and foremost, we should probably try and catch him unawares, dispatch of him quickly, and maybe under cover of night try and get him out into the woods. But that might be more dangerous if there are still orcs patrolling. We just need a way to hide the evidence for some time.
Nadine, I'm assuming she's in the room at this point.
Yeah. He was looking over his shoulder, so I was just interviewing her about it, basically.
She said, "No, I don't think that's wise. Frankly, I think you need it." And at this point, she's actually pretty liquored up at this point because she probably would not be able to talk about this or admit this sober. You need to get it done fast, and I need to get you boys out of here. We's at least 30. Now we ain't nowhere near the next house. I got 2 neighbors within any distance where we, out here. That's something else. You say gunshot. Shooting out a couple rounds after getting back from a hunt trip ain't entirely out of character. 1, 2 gunshots even, people might not call the police. I can't guarantee it though. My neighbor that way, she's kind of an old biddy. She doesn't like it and she just gets angry. But again, if she calls about it, there ain't no guarantee sheriff will, take her too seriously.
Oh, well.
Especially the sheriff don't like to mess with Ed. They got a history, and Ed's beating up his shit. Ed has a policy. He thinks he needs to establish dominance. Plus, he used to beat him up when they was in school together. But
I see. Well, I turn back to Margrave. Okay, never mind. You can work as you will. But we're going on luck with that one. But if he is big and tough.
Let's cut to Loomis abruptly. So Loomis, as you're working in the sink, luckily you happen to glance forward out that nice big kitchen window. Long glass sort of runs the length of the counter where, like, you know, the kitchen sinks are and whatnot. There's a stovetop. You see the stove, but you see elf woman hurrying along the way towards the house. She has sort of blonde curly hair, a wide hat, wearing a sort of sundress. She has a purse, and she seems in a bit of a state, and she's running up towards the house.
All right, so I'll shout from the kitchen, Nadine, you got company?
And she looks up at the you know, she's a little drunk by this point and looks at the cop. Oh hell, and you know she get back in like the bedroom.
Yes,
or somewhere.
I'll excuse myself. I just walk out. I just go and hide.
Do you take the drawing with you?
I do. I stuffed it in my pocket. Remember?
So, you guys go in the bedroom for a bit, and Nadine's just, I'm gonna try and make this fast. Get her the fuck away from here. I don't need to deal with her ass today. And she goes to the door, waits for it to start knocking, and you hear like this much more sort of high pitched, slightly more proper, Nadine, 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 and just like and you just hear Nadine for fuck's sake. And she like swings open the door as she's like repeatedly rapid fire knocking and just, what do you want, Susie Q? Nadine, Nadine, where's Ed? Where's Ed? Ed's out on his hunting trips along with Mike. They shouldn't even be back to the. Nadine, the police were at my house today. They were asking me where they were. And she like whispers, I think they's in trouble. And Nadine's just, now there was some escaped prisoners. I'm sure those boys is fine. You know as well as me, Ed ain't afraid of no orc cop, and certainly ain't afraid of no human prisoners on escape. Actually, at that point, Susie Q they're human prisoners? And Nadine, it occurs to Nadine she can't remember. If you hear her pause, you know, clearly she can't remember if that was information, and just, yeah, I think the sheriff says something about that.
Guys, I've got a question. That's like that occurred to me way too late. The hunter that we attacked last session.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. Because I assumed it was an orc all this time, but with I'm mentally connecting a dot about that last conversation.
Why do you think I lied about the hunt and the thing in the woods?
Okay. Well,
yeah. I only just connected the dot when you mentioned it.
Well, I guess maybe the assumption will come across. Hey, we only killed one. Well, we only heavily wounded one guy. We only self-defensed one person.
Okay, but so Nadine's like, but Susie Q is like breaking down into tears, and Nadine's like, Nadine, calm down. It's just one, and I know you freak out, but what the hell? And Susie Q's like, he's in trouble. The police, they were asking me all kinds of. They had me go to the stadium, and Nadine's like, they didn't have me go down there. What the? And there was old cops, and they were having me describe Mike and like where he was, and I'm really worried. And like Nadine's like, what do you mean they're having you describe him? Like I had to give his feature and what he was wearing, and they was asking me all kinds of weird questions, and I think they might be mixed up with something. Like you know them rumors about those elf boys, the elf club, meeting out in the woods, and like they talk about them bearskins. I think Mike and Ned may have been mixed up in that, because they were asking me all kinds of weird questions about like if they hate humans and all, and if it was. I don't know. I guess they weren't happy with my answers. I was just so nervous, but and like Nadine just, okay, calm down, Suzuki, calm down. And then thinks a bit, do the police know you're here? They know you left the station, right? And Suzuki just like, I think so. I mean, no one was in the room, and Nadine just, all right, Suzuki, this is very important. I need you to go over and go to the general store and talk to Gilvin there, and he's always been sweet on you, and just he will give you what you need, and just don't tell anyone you came here. You understand? As far as they know, you went straight from the police station and maybe got a little lost and wound up at the general store. You understand? And Suzuki's just like, wait, what do you mean? Why can't I? And just Nadine grabs shut the fuck. I need you to go right now, okay? I need you to go. And Suzuki just, okay, but Nadine, and Nadine just sort of shuts the door, and wanders back, and you hear Suzuki go, but Nadine, hell, and sounds like she runs off. So yeah.
Ruh-roh.
And Nadine, sort of stumbles back, finishes off like her jar of moonshine, just like bottoms up, and fuck me. I don't know what the hell that was about. I don't know. Anyways, you boys want lunch?
Wait, is it only lunchtime?
It's a late lunch. It's probably around 2-3 p.m.
Yeah, I guess we have lunch.
No one brings up anything?
No, I don't.
No, let's eat, apparently.
It's sitting in the back of Cormac's mind right now.
Wouldn't it be so embarrassing if it turns out you already killed it and are just end up waiting around for him to show up so you can kill him again?
Essentially, right now, I'm doing mental mathematics. Trying to think, okay, 50-50 shot. She said they're both a bit like orcs. I assumed it was an orc, but he definitely wasn't a policeman. But then why would he just launch an attack on three people chained together? But she did say he hated humans, and that's basically the process of elimination that's going through Cormac's mind right now.
This is Snake right now.
I'm also... Alright, I've got a kind of lore question about this, because it's a usual thing of elves. Do elves have good night vision in this setting?
Yeah, I suppose. Not like orcs or dwarves, but better than humans. Humans probably have the worst night vision out of all of them, but I wouldn't say particularly,
Because that's kind of the thing, is if he had reasonably good night vision, then I could then be more reasonable to say he saw 3 prisoners, but then we don't know how long he was watching us, and then you can kind of see the process that Cormac is going through right here of, that was probably one of the 2. I don't know for sure. And hey, she's the one who got called to the station to describe his features.
Well, alright, so yeah, she's a little drunk, but she's also so she starts cooking. She takes out a frying pan. She gets out a bit of meat, tosses it in a skillet. Takes a pat of some sort of animal fat, can't tell if it's butter or lard or what, tosses it in there. And it just, doesn't seem to be making anything specific, just sort of tossing stuff together in there, various herbs and whatnot, cooking, sniffing it. Tosses some flour in at some point. It forms sort of a gravy-like sauce around the meat. And she's just, as she's cooking, she sort of perks up a bit. She's drunk, but she's a slightly more manic drunk now, shaking seasonings and whatnot into the pan, and she's humming that song from earlier again, but this time with a bit more deranged manic energy to it. Anyone wanna ask any questions or anything like that, or are we just awkwardly waiting around for food, or is there any actions we want to take, or should we just go to
Cormac's in fort, so he's not really doing anything active right now.
Yeah, I'm just in patient wait mode.
Yeah.
Margrave, anything?
I think by now we've kind of
I think he's zoned out.
I think by now we've set on a course of action of what is going to happen with the husband.
Yeah, I'm just letting like I said, the Southern Emily monologue show play out. See if there's any other wacky neighbors who he wants to, or she wants to talk with.
No. I don't think so. That's not what you want from the GM. I don't think anything else is happening. But
Full
so I
out
guess.
wait. We do the full out wait.
Oh no! Well, so, Nadine does serve you up some food. It's some sort of like at first use it seems to be like venison steak or something like that. Pretty heavily seasoned in a sort of gravy-like sauce. She, it's sort of just one flat hunk of meat that she cuts into 4 strips for y'all. Serves it on a plate. Sprinkles some fresh herbs on top of it. And just for, doesn't necessarily offer any other drink, but she just, sets out another jar of moonshine on the table. But there are several glasses already out there, and she pours it into one. And she starts eating herself. I'm assuming you guys eat? Or
yeah,
do you just...
I eat, I do
Sure.
not drink.
Yeah, there is no drink.
Are you can ask for water or whatever. You don't have to.
Oh yeah, I mean
No,
alcohol wise, but yeah,
we're
water
fine.
I'd probably ask. But yeah, I eat.
Well, wait, so you do ask for water?
Yeah, let's say.
And she you being all professional. And then she gestures, the sink in the kitchen's okay. You might want to actually take it back. There should be a jar on top of the thing that has water. I boiled that up, so it should be good to go.
All right, I follow her instructions. Come back with.
Yeah, you can look around and you see a sort of clear glass vase of water.
I pour.
Actually, you might have seen her pour a little bit into the pan at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, I pour myself a drink of water. Head back in, eat food. I'm not really I'm gonna say Cormac is pretty much set on what he's gonna be doing for the rest of the day.
All right, so yeah, but the meal is really good. It's a bit spicy actually, which you weren't quite expecting, but very well seasoned. Has this really complex flavor. Probably, unless you've had a lot of elfin food, probably not quite like anything else you've had. It's a little spicy. It's a little herby. The venison's very nice. It's a bit tough, but she's prepared it well. The sauce is excellent and just really adds a nice sort of moistens it up a bit. It's a really nice thing. It's a really nice meal. Take a +1 forward.
Nice.
Yay. So you're not asking any questions or anything like that.
I do actually ask one more question. Just something I should have asked earlier on, and it's a very boring one. But I do ask. Nadine, this is a strange question, but what door would he come in by?
Usually the front. I can't see. Oh well. Might be the hunting room. I suspect, most likely. It depends on if he's got anything big or not and how he's feeling. If it's something really big, I don't know. It's front door or hunting room door. If he's got something real big and he's with Mike, they'll probably bring it in the hunting room. If he's got something big and Mike's already been dropped off, he'll just come in the front door and leave it. Or sometimes he gets me too, but he normally ain't that patient. If it's just something small and he's by himself, he'll bring it in. I mean, there's a chance they ain't got jack and shit, in which case he'll just come in the front door though.
Okay.
I'm normally just lying down in the bed at the time.
Right. So, yeah, just basically stay out of the way, I imagine. I turn to the other two and I say, we'll keep an eye as he's coming in and we'll try and ambush him, regardless of which door he takes. So, pretty much either way, he has to cross into the dining room at some point if he's going to the bedroom. So, yeah, we'll just ambush him there.
So are you going to be in the dining room, or are you like...
I imagine, just... I actually mark on the map, like... I mark on the map, like, here,
Ooh.
here, and here. Or there, yeah. But basically, I wouldn't say the kitchen in case he comes in from the hunting room, but in these three places, regardless, he wouldn't see us coming in.
Right.
And we would get, like, he wouldn't be able to see all three of us immediately.
Oh, this is like one of your XCOM tactical video games.
Yeah.
I might move up on the living room instead of down there.
That works. If he comes in through... It's basically, if he comes in through this door, then he'd have a bet. It's basically that.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Snake with the big thing.
But yeah, two of us should be just, like... Essentially, yeah, we could just get the drop from, like, no matter which entrance he comes in by. Unless he comes in through the storage, and even then, if he comes in through the storage, that'd be ridiculous, but he still wouldn't see us, and one of us be able to get the drop on him reasonably. But yeah, that's what I think we should do.
Okay.
I'd move here to sit in the sink.
You're gonna sit in the sink?
Bathe.
Not literally.
Alright, oh yeah, so who's taking what position?
I'll take the storage.
Alright.
Actually, no.
So, yeah,
I'll take the living room. Actually, considering I'm probably the closer range fighter.
Okay, yeah, I'll take sink.
Who has what weapon again?
I have the Bowie knife and yeah, I think I just have the Bowie knife and the rope.
Loomis, I gave the shot.
Oh, you gave the shotgun to... Wait, I'm lagging. Who did you give shotgun to?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've also got the knockout poison.
Well, you can use that if you want. I've got a 6-shooter, so I'm...
If we stick him up, then you should maybe be able to give him the poison. So we just need at least one of us to put a gun to hold him up with a gun.
Just solid snake it. Just Dexter.
Okay, so I want to we haven't actually dealt with guns or having attacks with guns. So in this campaign, guns are gonna be, it's not necessarily always easy to carry a gun. Like a 6-shooter or a pistol is one thing. Something like a shotgun or a rifle, though, like we are going to deal with, you cannot conceal that, and so if you want to try and carry one around, you're gonna have to deal with having a large gun strapped to you at all times. But we're gonna play it so it's not like, oh, we always have full range gun. Yeah. Point being, to balance that out, we're also making guns a bit more powerful. The revolver is going to be, that is like a pretty basic, no frills revolver, plus it's concealable. That's just, near +2 damage. The shotgun, which is much more conspicuous, but, is also a fucking shotgun. That is going to be reach, forceful, messy, reload, and plus D6 damage.
Ooh. Oof.
We're trying to go with a slightly more realistic, angle on guns. That being said, we're adding another option. Actually, no. I'm adding a caveat to that actually right away. The plus d6 damage is on a 10 plus. We'll go with that, not on a 7 to 9. If that's okay with y'all.
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
It can also we'll add another caveat. I don't think we need to put this in a tag. It's just a very minor thing. An overall mechanic for shotguns. If used it can be used at a range of near, but if it is minus d4 damage and no plus d6 on a 10 plus. Just you can hit someone, but it's not going to be a good shot. That's straight with everyone. All right, so by the time lunch gets done, it's probably around 4 o'clock. Y'all still got a few hours of sunlight left. I'm assuming you asked Nadine about when she would normally expect him to be home.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh hell, frankly, I'm normally a little after dark. Certainly, I'd say maybe around 8, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock probably." Sometime around there, maybe as late as 9 o'clock. Latest I think he ever come in. Well, once in a great while, he'll come in real late, around midnight, such. And he really don't like to talk about where he been on that night. I swear, one time I just commented, "You're late," and he don't like to be asked about that.
That's okay. Well, that just gives us a big window, which we might be waiting in. I actually turned to Loomis and I turned to Margaret and said, "You two can do as you like. I'll keep watch. I'll keep a vigil." So I basically keep checking the wind. Well, actually, I do ask as well, what direction. Well, granted, with that answer from beforehand, I imagine he'd probably be coming from this side of the house.
No, that side of the house is the woods. The road which is just like a very basic dirt roads to the north. But he's coming in his truck, and the truck can't go through the woods, so he is definitely the truck is at least going to be coming from
Okay. So yeah, I keep an eye out that way. I sit in the I just sit in the kitchen. I keep an eye out the window. I listen for the sounds of a truck coming in, and I basically sit on sentry duty. I'm just keeping an eye out.
All right. So Nadine, I will say Nadine's also sort of wandering around the house. She's sobering up a bit, but she's also her mood swinging from manic to depressed to wistful to typical sort of mood swings. And she's wandering she comes in the kitchen a few times. She cleans up some stuff and sort of without really saying anything, just physically moves you out of the way when she needs to get past you and stuff. Just physically slides you down the counter to get access a drawer you're sitting in front of, that sort of thing. But she also, wanders around from room to room, just sort of touching stuff or looking at stuff sometimes. What do Loomis and Margaret do?
He basically just stares off at the sunset. Well, the sun, basically.
There are not any west-facing windows on this house.
He stares in the direction where the sun would be. It's basically my way of saying I don't actually have anything to say on this matter.
I see.
He just lets the time pass.
All right, Loomis, you're a talker. Do you occupy your time with anything? Loomis?
I guess Austin's dead.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Oh, dear.
Austin.
Oh, my internet has been so bad these past few days.
You have rolled a handful of times. Oh, I'm I'm keeping a vigil. We're basically in the waiting stage, but is there anything you do?
Okay,
while
still
we wait?
waiting.
I imagine. I guess that's like nothing.
Oh, never mind. I think my internet just unfucked itself.
Hello.
Right? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Austin's back. And
Uh-oh.
we're still waiting. No, Austin is back.
Yeah.
Or
Hello?
the net just fucked again. Hello.
I know, but it's been happening to me all
give me
game.
a second to move some stuff and try and fix my... No. Hello. Yes.
Hello. Hello? It's like a fucking Daniel from SL video.
Okay, we here?
I'm here.
What did you just do?
Probably moved
I
server
just moved the
regions.
Discord server.
I think you just killed her.
Rip.
Oh dear. I will be back in a second, okay?
I will take this opportunity to go. In fact, we may wish to call it now and take care of the rest of it next time.
Fun by me.
As you've got stuff to do, I've got work tomorrow.
Hey, I'm back. Cool. Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Did you hear what I said?
Not what you said.
I suggested that we should stop now anyway because Austin's gonna go out soon. I've got to go. I've got work tomorrow. It seems like a natural stopping point because we don't really have anything more to contribute to this past. Let's wait some more.
I'm okay with that if you guys want to leave on a cliffhanger.
We can leave on a cliffhanger.
Love me a good cliffhanger.
See if the husband comes back. It'd be really disappointing if the cliffhanger is just, and he doesn't come home, we killed him.
That'd be the best. No, that would be the best.
Alright.
So,
End of session.
end of session. How does that work again?
Bonds and alignments. Well, bonds and aligns. Let me see.
I did not do my alignment. Avoid or escape trouble from without resolving it.
I have
Yeah,
not.
you volunteered to resolve it.
And
We tried to leave. That was frustrating. Should have just left.
Yeah, just leave the party. You have to roll a new character, but you really fulfilled your alignment.
Defeat an enemy without getting close to them. I did not. There was not an enemy to defeat.
There was not a single hack and slash all session.
Leave a foe with a parting shot they'll remember you by. Well, no.
Nope.
Can I can't even say that I defeated Nadine's distrust of us by being distant.
You were not distant.
We're not very good at this, are we?
I don't know, I feel I've just probably have to set into the character differently. I will say, class warfare.
No, I think all of you
suck.
just sort of were like had classes that didn't have particularly good alignments. It happens sometimes.
Fuck you, I love my alignment.
I'm gonna
No,
have
me
to.
too. I agree. But
I honestly might change my alignment at some point. I don't know, because I could not see any good ones anyway.
yeah, I mean, I'm totally fine with letting you guys write your own alignment. Like Dungeon World does explicitly allow that. Like once you've changed your character and feel your alignment doesn't really work out for you, it says you can absolutely, pick a new one. Which I'm totally fine with that if you guys want to, but
Alright, I've got one bond that advanced, which
What's
was Cormac has a reputation that precedes him. Does he live up to it? I would say that it's starting to. This sudden actual planning and getting a weapon and acting like the professional he is interesting. So I don't have a bond yet, but I'll write it.
I didn't advance either of mine, so I feel like I could have done, but the questions I should be asking, Margrave isn't quite clear on the man he is, and so late in life as well, which I don't think has changed very much. And Loomis is a smart-seeming guy, wonder why he was in jail. I have not tackled that yet, so... You know what, actually, I'm gonna add a second bond with Loomis, rather than advancing that one.
sure.
Yeah. So it's just, again, it's vague. I might have to change the wording later, but it's Loomis has the gift of gab. Does he have a way with people? Basically, yeah, my bonds with Loomis are incredibly complimentary. He's smart and he's good at talking to people.
And he's handsome, and he's cool, and
He's a doctor, don't you know?
You know what? I'm gonna add another one for Cormac as well. Cormac isn't as hard as I thought. Is he actually a big softie?
Oh. We'll see. We haven't had cold-blooded murder come up yet. We haven't seen it performed. Well,
I mean, I stabbed someone in the thigh, and I did, yeah, and I was just very, became very business-oriented. It was just, okay, how do I kill this guy?
Alright, so what else we got?
Is that okay? So questions. Is that in here? End of session. Okay. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah, there's a weird fucking bear cult in the woods.
There is. Well, I'm surprised you guys didn't, and you didn't even ask any questions about that, just so you could ask questions next session and get experience for it again, didn't you?
Maybe.
Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Nadine's distrust.
We overcame Nadine.
Yeah, she doesn't hate us and want to blow our brains out.
She didn't hate you guys. I'll let you take overcome. Yeah. You made her not hostile.
We also became Billy. No, we didn't. What am I talking about?
Did we loot a memorable treasure?
You got a shotgun.
Yeah, you got a shotgun.
I got my gun back.
I got a Bowie knife.
I
I
got
don't
poison.
think the Bowie knife count.
I also got rope.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Bowie knives are quite cool.
But yeah, you got a shotgun.
I captured a child's imagination.
Yeah, well, and here's a new question. I learned that Snakehead was telling me about one of his GMs, and I was rather inspired by his GMing style, so I'm stealing a question from them. What did you like about the session?
Oh fuck!
What did you?
Now it's on recording, but yes, there was a GM and it had a terrible session yesterday. I left that group, and yeah, I came back after this awful session, and he was just talking to the other new guy, and I just heard him ask a question. So, what did you like about the session? And I felt a chill run through my whole body. It's just
amazing.
All right, take an XP for a session well played.
I leveled up.
Yay!
Wow.
I was gonna say you guys did not fail a lot of rolls that session. You guys rolled much better.
I'm gonna stop
Still
recording.
leveled up.